Today with the first presentation session on an exciting and amazing session and topic, Predictive Analytics in Fraud Risk, the role of location data. And to present this topic, I would like to call on stage with a big round of applause from the audience, Mr. Ronak Doshi, Head of Sales from GeoIQ. Ronak, welcome to the stage and looking forward to a great welcome session from your side.
GeoIQ is a leading location data and intelligence company, providing accurate, granular, and hyperlocal insights across India and the US boundaries. Understand consumer behavior better. Improve the prediction accuracy of models. Reduce time to market. And find the best location for your business. We believe that harnessing location data is the key to better decisioning. Learn more at geoiq.io.
Well, good morning, everyone. First session in the morning needs a bit of attention. So before I even deep dive into what I have to present, let me start with a non-fictitious story. I am Ronak. I passed out from my MBA from IIM Ahmedabad in 2016. And before I joined GeoIQ, I was heading one of the biggest e-commerce companies of the country. I was heading sales over there. And one day I happened to meet Dave, who is my friend from IIT Kanpur, and we were discussing our whereabouts. He's also supposed to be a CEO and founder at GeoIQ. I was just narrating him a story, what happened at my place. I belong to Indore, and we have a house help by the name Naveen, right? And Naveen worked for 3 years for us, and one day he asked for 1 lakh rupees of loan. Citing some medical emergencies at his house, and he was from Ujjain, which is just 45 kilometers from Indore, right? Since he was working for 3 years, we had some trust. Also, we had, as a compliance, we had his KYC document, Aadhaar card as a, it's required by the local bodies over there. So we gave him. 2 months post, Naveen absconded, and we tried to reach him. He stopped taking our calls. And I don't know what happened, but one day me and my brother thought, let's go to his house since it was not far, and let's see if he's okay and maybe get catch of him, right? On the way to his house, we realized Naveen, when we took his Aadhaar card to reach his home, the address written was Naveen Singh, Mahakal Temple Road, Ujjain. That's it, right? There was no house number, there was no street, locality, so there was no way we could reach him out. Listening to this, Dave just stopped me and told, boss, this is the exact problem we are solving. The incomplete, broken address, even which we get from KYC documents. And this is not just your problem, this problem is faced by entire BFSI and entire e-commerce industry. I got interested. Before I joined, I talked to a few of their customers. Their customers include Navi, Piramal, Hero, Bajaj, DMI, right? And then I thought this is really a game changer idea, and then I joined. So yeah, I mean now let's get into what I have to present. So last few weeks I've been fortunate to witness few roundtable conferences, few data science conference in BFSI community, and one discussion which is clear among everyone is now a decision needs to be taken very fast. Indian consumers are we are a pampered customers, right? We need everything super fast. We need our e-commerce deliveries within 1 day. We need our food deliveries in less than half an hour, and nowadays very famous, we need groceries in 10 minutes. But a big round of applause for you guys who are delivering real cash, and you are able to assess everything in less than 2 minutes, right? So to make this instant decisions, especially for the people you don't meet, you don't know, right? All you have is their digital documents. Companies leverage a lot of machine learning, artificial intelligence, and this is what our backbone is also, right? I mean, if you see, whenever you order anything on Swiggy, Zomato or Ola, they have a lot of your data, and they take a lot of hyper-local data into the picture, and then this is how they are able to give recommendations to the users, and then they can make very fast decisions. I think you all will agree, next wave of growth in India will come from tier 2, tier 3 or underserved Indians, right? There are hardly a small percentage of people with credit history, and every bank, every NBFC is behind them, right? And this is where modern day fintech, modern day NBFC is taking advantage to cater this underserved Indians. This is a real time picture from one of our consumers during Diwali peak. This is for consumer durables, and this is one snapshot, continuous spending coming from entire India. This also indicates a lot of growth opportunity because these banks are mostly rigid. I mean, don't take it other way, but they deal with only super high credit score people, right? But our Bharat customers also need access to capital, and this is where all these modern fintechs are capitalizing, right? These people, you don't meet them, you don't see them, still you need to assess them and assess them very, very fast. So opportunity for lenders are very high. All you need is more robust decision systems, and this is how we are helping our clients. By the way, our clients, few of our clients witnessed highest quarter growth last quarter, and a lot of weightage they have given to our data also, because from which they are able to take decisions very, very fast. Now, how do we do it? Before that, I mean, the real question for central team is, who is my target audience? Where do I find it? How do I profile them? How much exposure should I give? All these answers will be there in my next 10 minutes presentation. Yeah. So when we, this is a simplistic form of presenting our onboarding journey, right? We have some complex systems in place, but to make it very simple in presenting, any company starts with the onboarding journey. They take a name, maybe KYC, right? From that, they try to predict, different ability to pay back. They try to assess their income. They try to, check whether a collection point of view is, even it is possible or not, correct? So we start from onboarding itself. If at all there is any problem in the address, be it be manually written, be it be from application, or be it be fetched from any KYC document, we immediately flag off. If, for example, in case of Naveen, right, we immediately flag off if there is incorrect address. Had I been a modern fintech at that time when I gave him loan, I could have, not felt in a trap, and I could have flagged that, yeah, Naveen, your address is incomplete. So this is two examples, right? On the right hand side, we give address quality scores. So on the right hand side, you see a good score, quality score 100, because it has everything. We divide all the addresses into 9 components, like name, house number, street, locality, everything, which all you guys also must be doing it. But the ability to flag off, because we have processed more than 25 crore addresses in India, and we use NLP for that. Any address you put Ronak Doshi, Andheri West, Juhu Gali, so it won't be possible for anyone to catch me, because there is no house number, there is no street number, there is no locality, micro locality. All these things will be flag off, right? And on the left hand side, you see Naveen's example, and address quality score also low. Such kind of addresses, you can either give it to your support team to get it rectified, or you can at least use in prioritizing. If you are having 10,000 applications on a daily basis, which sort of applications you want to really cater, right? Yeah. So a lot of our clients are also saving money. Because even before they apply to any third party, or before even they ping any third party vendors like SMS data, mobile device data, etc., they have this sort of information, right? So they don't have to ping either. Some of them are not even pinging the bureaus, because first they want to get it rectified, and then they want to incur other costs, right? So they save a lot of data before. They want to make sure first we have the full address. In India, there is a lot of addresses like Hanuman Mandir ke piche, or son of XYZ, correct? So we get this rectified, and if addresses are matching, like how DMI uses is in address triangulation, right? We give you the match percentage score as well. So once the address part is sorted, let's say address is satisfactory, it's scoring above 60 and 70, we give you income prediction, right? Especially when it comes to low ticket size, where physical verification is not possible. You cannot actually go and check every houses, right? So and it's saying in India, dress and address tells a lot about personality of a customer. In digital world, you cannot see the dress, but address component you have, right? And we are making a lot of sense out of these addresses. So we can predict, I mean, we quantify whatever we see as a human. For example, I'll take a Bombay example. If we are standing in BKC, or let's say we are standing in Juhu, we'll find this area to be very affluent. Why? Because we see good infrastructure, road infrastructure, civil, good hotels, good hospitals, all these things we quantify. Versus if we go to, let's say, Dharavi, things would be different. All these things which we see as a human, we quantify and get it into system, so that central teams do not depend on local field team or local assessment of a field guy, and take the decisions very, very instantly sitting at a central office. Right? Once we have income level prediction, then we can, this is how Navi uses, right? Navi uses for underwriting and collection model. So traditionally a collection model comes a bit later when there has to be, there is default or delay, then collection teams come into picture. But modern fintechs, and this is a real example of Navi, we have made it simplest form. This is not actually their scorecard, but to present in a simple form we have made. Earlier they used to take a lot of credit, income statement, bank statement. This Bharat customer may or may not have credit cards, right? Some of them don't even have PAN cards or bank statements. So forget about credit history, credit score, right? But one thing everyone has is location address, right? Everyone has their unique address, and from there they derive a lot of information. It will never happen a very affluent guy will go and stay in Dharavi or vice versa, right? So they have given 10% weightage in their overall underwriting model and collection models, and they have seen their NPA decreasing by almost 8 to 10%, and book size also increasing, because they are now able to cater people, those who were rejecting, most of them were rejected earlier, because in India traditional good pin code, bad pin code approach was there earlier, which was also okay. But now in this digital era where tech has gone so high, the granularity has come down to a particular address level, because pin codes are very, very broad, right? And similar way, there are further more use cases such as we can help you with look-alike models where your good customers would be learning from your past. And we generally get a lot of spam calls, right? Hey, do you want loan or do you want this? Because the call center teams are running behind everyone left, right and center, right? They don't know which customer would turn, so their top of the funnel is very huge. With the help of this, companies are able to optimize this cost and increase the ROI by lead prioritizing it. If you have 100,000 customers, you can see which 5,000 would be your more probable customers, because we can map it. This is their location address, right? Yeah, and few central teams who want to open new branches, where their audience are, where the demographic is, because we have data such as age, population, age by brackets, income group, households, what car they hold. So we have entire profiling of their customers, which help in enriching their prediction models, right? In my entire presentation, I am speaking more on address. So what exactly we do? So we go super granular at address level. As I told, we don't follow typical pin code approach, or we don't also tag any of location, that it's a good location or bad location. We make custom models for every example. Someone is requesting for 5,000 rupees loan from Dharavi. We might give you green flag, because the ability to repay 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees from Dharavi is super high. Versus from the same location, if someone is demanding 2 crore rupees loan, we might give you orange or red flag. Of course, taking location there as location as input, right? So we go super granular. We have 3,000 plus different variables sourced from 600 sources. To just name few, we have socio-economical, we have demographic, we have crime report, we have civic infrastructure, healthcare index, right, affluence index. And to give you example how affluence is taken is, we take a lot of variables into account, such as what is the real estate cost there, commercial cost there, how restaurant cost for two over there, right? What is there in nearby vicinity. So this all helps you in, for example, if you want to take affluence of Juhu, we can see a lot of big hotel, 5-star hotels, high-end residential houses, high-end, there are schools. And if you go to Dharavi, you will find all this missing. So this is all this we quantify and give an index, which is being directly used by all of our clients. And the sources, I know a lot of question comes, what are your sources? So sources are 600 plus, but to simplify, government sources such as census, and then we derive the new number, because census is 2011, we derive new number, and then we use a lot of satellite imagery which help us in differentiating where is residential, where is commercial, where is where is jungle, lake, no man lands area. So in case if any application is coming from an area where population is just hardly 400, 500 people around 500 meters, high probability that person is coming from a super remote area. So you can use this in lead prioritizing, whether you want to even prioritize this customer or you can prioritize some other customer. So all this information is very, very vital and available in less than 300 microseconds. So data science teams are now able to assess very, very fast. Right? I mean, if again we are sitting in Bombay, I'll give you one more Bombay example. Let's take Worli Sea Face, right? Why don't we follow pin code approach? Because Worli Sea Face and Fisherman Colony are adjacent, right? Most of you are from Bombay, so you can relate. Now, in typical pin code approach, both areas would come in same pin code. How would you differentiate? So we can help you in differentiating between two streets as well. So this is where actual granular thing is taking place and helping all our clients. So yeah, these are our clients who are currently using it. Bajaj has added to this list as well. I'm happy to take any questions if at all is there. And also we have a stall in case you come up with a question on a later stage, we can help you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So let's just give a big round of applause. Ronak Doshi, Head of Sales from GeoIQ, and now we open the floor for quick questioning. Before you start with your questions, please do raise the hand. We will provide you the mic, and please do introduce yourself and your organization, and let's keep it one question only per person.
Yeah, good morning. I am Shubhashish Roy from IDBI Bank. My question is that in your presentation you have showed that quality score. I think high quality score means complete information, correct?
Address quality score, yeah.
Suppose the 1% quality score is very high and the risk score is also very high. Then how you address this?
So risk score is also high. So risk score, see, we are 100% give from address point of view. When you do your underwriting, you take various factors, right? So you give weightage to every factor. Now risk score is high, you are coming from a civil point of view or a bureau point of view, right? From bureau it's getting the high risk, or maybe his financials are saying high risk, right? So you give weightage to everything. This is not just the only source of truth, but it helps you in increasing your prediction.
But I want to mean what are the parameters to go for this risk score apart from civil and other things? Any other parameter can you tell?
From our side, we just take addresses, and the hypothesis is person living in a place tells a lot about his behavior or his financial status, right? And this is and we give scoring basis that. And as I told you in my example Navi, they give 8 to 10% in overall scoring model. So when lot of inputs go in underwriting model, then it helps in increasing their prediction model AUCs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can we have the next question, please? Yes. The gentleman on the back.
Hi, my name is Manish Kaushik. I'm from Home Credit India. So my question is that you said that you were giving example of Dharavi, right?
Yeah.
Trust me, Dharavi we are able to address without this as well, because we all know Dharavi and we have bifurcated Dharavi into different areas.
Right.
My question is, how do you address the other slum areas? For example, in majority of the Cat B cities, you have a main market outside and behind you will have a slum. And then you will have a colony. So how do you do that?
Correct.
That's my question.
Good question. And in fact, you have seen, I have presented Dharavi plus Makhud as well. Both are slums, and Dharavi was way ahead than Makhud. So because you know Dharavi, because you are sitting in Bombay, right? Same application, let's say coming from a remote area of Sikkim or Arunachal or Telangana, how would you address them? So we, like how we are doing Dharavi, we also divide and make clusters or make polygons around such areas. And this is how we are able to, we use satellite, we use a lot of factors and quantify that, and that differentiates between the two streets. As I told you, Worli Sea Face and Fisherman Colony adjacent. This is how we can differentiate between the main market and the slum behind that. 50-meter radius is good enough for us to differentiate.
No, so are you saying you are able to do that through satellite imagery only? Because my understanding is...
Not just satellite imagery, we are using 600 plus different sources. 600 plus different sources to differentiate it. One can be satellite imagery, but there are 600 sources. Yeah.
Regarding address complete address, so
No. So our accuracy in metros or tier 1 is 91%.
Other centers, the database is not so much in rural areas.
Exactly.
And then banking parallel market is moving towards that area also.
Exactly. So this is where we come in.
House number, flat number, so that may be one major challenge for underwriters.
Right.
To have a better score, accurate score.
No, absolutely right, and we face this questions and problems from a lot of our fintechs, and this is where our solution is exactly helping them. Now what happens is, first I'll get to the accuracy. Our accuracy in tier 1 towns and metros is 91 to 92%, and when it comes to tier 3, tier 4, it is 85%, which is good enough for them to take decisions. And secondly, as you told, their addresses are incomplete, or that's why we don't give 1 or 0, right? We give a range, and now you can put the cutoff as per you, right? We give a range, 0.4, 0.6. So, and this is normalized across India. So, we know what type of addresses comes from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, right? And the algorithms are made such that what should be the good address in tier 3 if the strings are, complete, and there is no monkey typing done. Because a lot of time we see Ahmedabad 3 times written, or RRR they are written. We catch all this, but if address is making sense as per our algorithms, then we will score accordingly, and that's how underwriter can take this as a input.
We'll take one quick question, Ronak, for the gentleman on the back. He has been...
Hi. This is Kapil Singh from Bajaj. This side.
Oh yeah, hi.
So your slide on the identifying intent with the address seems interesting.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know how this algorithm or analytics being a different from socioeconomic indicator, rather than based on the address or pin code only, you are able to identify intent of a person.
Right. I'll give you a real-time example, sir. We have done a retro data test, right, with one of our lenders, which I cannot name. But what we find was 40% of the cases where a default happened, right, the addresses itself were either incomplete or incorrect, right. So right at the time of filing an application, consumer knew that what he is going to do. So at least such cases can be flagged off, and those cases were, when now they have applied this. Now in real time, if any such cases comes, they are at least able to, assess before disbursement. Yes, that this address seems to be incomplete. Let's give it to support team and get it rectified first.
No, so partially you answered. So anyways, so how we are going to translate into future opportunities where we do not have any kind of historical database of the behavior, or you can say the history of a...
This is where our data science thing comes in, right? Retro data is for machine learning. So we are not bureau, right? We are bureau 2.0, next level. We don't. So what bureau does is basically उनके database में से match करती है, and then if it's matching, they'll give you the score, right? What we do is we predict for the future. From past we learn, we apply a lot of machine learnings on that, and now this learning is going on to every new incoming lead, right? New incoming, उसका address नहीं है database में, ना bureau के पास information है, so we will help you because our machines have learned from the past. Now we can predict कि जो नया आ रहा है, इस पे what can be the behavior, and this is how even e-commerce are using for RTO, right? Now e-commerce have started because logistic cost is the highest cost, right, for e-commerce, and return logistic or RTOs are the biggest pain point. So they are now able to somehow figure out the RTO probability at particular address. So if they have a very high or very bad score, they make the orders prepaid only, right? So they save on logistics.
Thank you so much, Ronak, for taking those questions.
Yeah.
Now, I would request you to kindly be on stage for one more minute. I would like to call on stage Ms. Neha Kabra, Head Anti-Money Laundering from DCB Bank, to kindly do the honors of felicitating Ronak. Neha, thank you so much for doing the honors. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Ronak Doshi, Head of Sales from GeoIQ, on predictive analytics and fraud risk, the role of